All right, welcome back. Today we are diving into something truly strange. I mean, one of the most ambitious and, let's be honest, bizarre fan-made game worlds I've ever stumbled upon. We're talking about a project that kicks off with the Titanic, yes, the Titanic, sitting in the middle of a desert. And somehow it only gets wilder from there, ending up as a full-on mashup of two legendary horror games.
And to set the mood, you've got to hear this. This line comes from the project's own theme song. It just perfectly paints this picture of the world we're about to step into. You know, a grim, post-apocalyptic place where just staying alive is the name of the game. It's this bleak, heavy atmosphere that really sets the stage for the mystery we're going to unravel.
Okay, so where does this all start? Well, it kicks off with a scene that makes zero logical sense. And honestly, that's what makes it so cool.
So just picture this for a second. On one hand, you've got the wreck of the Titanic, sitting on dry land, no ocean in sight. And then right next to it, a rusty, forgotten desert train station. The first thing you think is, why? I mean, what on earth is the connection here? How do these two things end up in the same place?
And that train, it's just covered in rust, sitting on these tracks that look like they haven't been used in 100 years. You can tell right away this isn't just some random, lazy placement. No, this is intentional. It's world building. It's a scene that's trying to tell you a story about collapse, about a world that's been forgotten. But trust me, this is just scratching the surface.
Right. So that Titanic, it's not just a cool visual, not just scenery. Its reason for being there is actually part of a really specific and, frankly, super demanding plan for what this world is supposed to become.
So get this, there's an actual directive on the server. The plan is to turn the entire shipwreck into a livable shelter. And the style guide for this? It's all inspired by the gritty, patched-together world of Metro Exodus. So the wreck isn't some monument to disaster. It's meant to be a future home for survivors.
And you can't just go in and start building however you want. Oh no, the rules are strict. Builders can only use materials they actually find on the server. They have to make sure everything they add matches the original look of the wreck. And here's the kicker. They are not allowed to break a single original block. They have to commit to restoring the whole thing. We're talking some seriously hardcore survival building here.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's not just about putting up walls and making a base. It's all about storytelling. Every single patch, every piece of reinforcement, every flickering light bulb, it all has to add to this very specific vibe, this mood of a world where humanity is just hanging on by a thread.
But believe it or not, this whole Titanic shelter, it's just one tiny piece of a much, much bigger and way more terrifying puzzle.
Okay, so this is the big reveal. The whole thing is called Project D.M.L. And what does that stand for? Dying, Metro, Light. Yeah. The goal is to completely merge the world of the zombie parkour game Dying Light with the mutant-filled Russian wasteland from the Metro series. And they're doing it all inside Minecraft. That Titanic shelter? It's just one landmark in this absolutely horrifying new combined universe.
And you really get a sense of how ambitious this is when you look at their creature checklist. I mean, they're planning to put in every mutant and zombie from both games. You've got the psychic dark ones from Metro, which are already in there, by the way, and they're working on the terrifying volatiles from Dying Light and those big, scary librarians from Metro. It's literally a who's who of things you do not want to meet in a dark alley.
And it's not just about the monsters either. They're going all in. The goal is a total survival experience. So we're talking a whole unique map to explore, custom guns that are inspired by both games, and even deadly hazards like radiation pockets and those freaky electrical anomalies pulled straight out of the Metro games.
So at this point, you have to be wondering, right? Who are the people behind this? Who has the vision and, more importantly, the technical chops to even try to pull something like this off?
Well, meet the community from the Vesselcraft server. They're the architects of this whole thing. And as you can probably guess, this is not their first time tackling a massive, super detailed project. Just look at what they've done before. It's pretty incredible. They've built a whole virtual museum for the Olympic-class liners, like the Titanic. They've made a zombie apocalypse map set in sandy shores from GTA 5. And now, they're literally fusing two different game universes together.
I think it's safe to say this is a team that really, really loves a good challenge.
And look, this kind of ambition doesn't mean anything without the skills to back it up. But they've got them. Their main server already has stuff like working trains, working cars, and custom guns, all running on their own code. So they already have the foundation to actually make Project D.M.L happen.
Okay, so now you know what the world is, and you know who's building it. But here's where the story gets even cooler. This whole thing isn't some secret, closed-off project.
The team has actually put out an open call for new players. They're inviting people to jump on the server and help them build this thing, to help bring this terrifying merged world to life. It's basically a chance to get in on the ground floor and help create the ultimate post-apocalyptic sandbox.
And that really brings us to the final, most important question, which actually comes straight from their theme song. It's a question for anyone who's been listening to this and thinking, wow, that sounds intense. It's a challenge, really, for anyone who thinks they're brave enough to step inside.
So we're going to leave you with this line from that chorus. It's just the perfect summary of the challenge that's waiting inside this incredible creation. And honestly, it's just an amazing testament to what a bunch of dedicated fans can pull off when they've got passion, skill, and one heck of a weird, awesome idea.